Hello, konnichiwa. Today we're going to go over where in Japanese as well as kore, sore, are, and kono, sono, ano. And I'm going to explain to you as best I can just any tips I have for kore versus kono. Just a point, you can find all of my notes on my website, pocketjapanese.com. I'll put the link in the description. So part 1 will be where, doko desu ka? Part 2 will be kore, sore, are. Part 3 will be kono, sono, ano, and just kind of like comparing the two. Let's go. Where? Doko desu ka? Like nani and itsu, if you haven't checked those lessons out yet, I recommend you do. I have a few on them. You can just kind of head over to them. Mainly because we're going to use the same sentence structure for doko, so it really helps to have an idea of nani and itsu. Specifically with nani, I kind of go over the difference between nani and nan. So yes, go check them out. We'll phrase a where is X sentence as X wa doko desu ka? So for example, if I wanted to ask where is the camera, I would say kamera wa doko desu ka? X is the noun that we're talking about, in this case camera. Kamera wa doko desu ka? This is an opposite way to how we say it in English. In English and Japanese, it's meant to be subject first, but I believe it's actually English in this case that does not put the subject first, because Japanese does. Japanese is definitely following that rule here. Whereas in English, we put the question word first. So if you're wondering like, oh my gosh, why is this different? It's us, it's English. Japanese is following the subject wa doko desu ka order. We are just kind of like, we're meant to put our subject first, but let's put the where first kind of thing happening here. Kamera wa doko desu ka? Okay, next. Remember, a subject can be more than one word. It's the subject. It's like, you know, maybe you're giving a presentation and you're giving it on Layla's bag. And then what's the point about it? Where is it? Layla's bag. Where is it? Leila no kaban wa doko desu ka? X wa doko desu ka? Leila no kaban wa doko desu ka? Where is Layla's bag? I'm still a big fan of translating wa as a beginner as for. As for Layla's bag, where is it? Everything that is before this lovely little wa particle, so all of this is the as for. As for Layla's bag, where is it? I think it gives it some kind of, it gives it some relation to English, which does help a lot of English speakers. So yes. I am going to say a few sentences for you. If you do not recognize any of the words in these sentences that I say, I recommend going to my website and looking through the vocabulary list. It'll keep you up to date with what words you should know when. So my vocabulary lists are created in a way that you should know all of the vocabulary on lesson 9 before you start the grammar lesson, this little video lesson for lesson 9. It will make your life a lot easier. You cannot pick and choose what words you want to learn when you learn a language, and it sets out in a very organized way. So, inu wa doko desu ka? I'm going to say some sentences and I want you to translate them. You'll have about 3 seconds and then I will tell you the translation. Inu wa doko desu ka? Where is the dog? Enpitsu wa doko desu ka? Where is the pencil? Nihongo no hon wa doko desu ka? Where is the Japanese book? Specifically Japanese language book. Remember, if you don't know why there is a no in between there, go to my lesson on the no particle. Please. I'm not going to go through it all here. Sensei no pen wa doko desu ka? Where is the teacher's pen? What is that? Intro. In English, we often measure this, that, and that over there by how far everything is from the speaker. In Japanese, the position of the speaker and the listener affects the terms used. let's get into this. And I will also try and make this a bit more simple. So, kore means this. It is used if the item is close to the speaker, similar to English. So we don't really need to think too much about kore. And by that, I mean like, kore is the easy one. We use kore the same, pretty much the same as we do in English in Japanese. Sore means that. However, this is where it gets a bit different. This is used if an item in question is not close to the speaker, but is close to the listener. This is slightly different to English, where that can refer to something that's not really close to the listener, but like if it's not too far away from either of them, you can say that. Even maybe if it's a little bit far away. But no, in Japanese, it's that it's not close to the speaker, but it is close to the listener. Are means that over there. And I remember when I first heard this, I was like, we don't really say that much in English. We actually do. Maybe this was just a me thing where I was like, I don't really say that over there a lot. Yeah, I do. This is used to refer to something that's not close to the listener or the speaker. It's slightly different to English, where we would use that over there for something that's like in the distance, like, yeah, that car over there, that dog over there, like just that thing over there. In Japanese, it's just kind of used to refer to something that's not close to the speaker, not close to the listener. Remember, this is all vague. Like, what's close to you might be different to someone else, so don't overthink this. Like, if it helps, if you would say that in English, there's a high chance you're going to say that in Japanese. It's not 100% because the rules are slightly different, but until you get it right, you can kind of end up in that area. I'm not saying get it wrong, I'm saying do not stress about it for now. In the above image, we can see Layla in brown and Taya in red. There is a red pen close to Layla on the table. How cute. As the item is close to Layla, she would refer to it as this. If Taya were to refer to the item, she would use that, as it's not close to the speaker, but it's close to the listener. So, for example, Taya. Or let's just kind of look at this. For example, Taya in red is going to say, それは何ですか? So, what is that? And Layla is going to say, これはペンです. So, Layla has said, Taya has said, what is that? Layla has said, this is a pen. Cool, nice and easy. Okay, example number 2. Layla, 私のペンはどこですか? Where is my pen? Taya, あそこです. It's over there. Layla, ... Taya, there was a spider on it. And I completely agree. I would throw my pen too. Okay, so note, try to learn the rules regarding distance for this properly. However, if it sounds confusing, you have a pretty high chance of being correct by using what you'd use in English. You need to get this right. You need to kind of learn this. But if you do not get it perfect to begin with, whatever. This thing versus this noun. This could be why a lot of people are here. Kono versus kore. Now that we understand distances, let's get on to the second hurdle. This thing versus this noun. In Japanese, there are 2 different ways to refer to this. Kore versus kono. However, one refers to this noun and the other this thing. That should definitely be the other way around because it kind of makes it look like one's referring to that. So kore is this thing, kono is this noun. In English, we wouldn't differentiate between this thing and this noun. So this grammar point can take a while for some people. I struggled with it a lot. This thing is a pen. This noun, このペンは私のです. このペンは私のです. This pen is mine. Basically, if a noun is directly following this in your sentence, use kono. This translates actually really well to English in a very strange way. Kore is used when you don't need a to specify what the thing is. This could be because it's already obvious to the speaker. For example, maybe they can see the item you are referring to. Kore wa ikura desu ka? Say I'm holding a pencil and I want to know how much it is. Kore wa ikura desu ka? How much is this pencil? Kore wa nan desu ka? What is this thing? I don't know. Another example could be that the subject is this. For example, you are telling somebody this thing is a book. Kore wa hon desu. That's what it is. As for this, it's a book. As a beginner, you'll find kore will usually be followed with wa. So if you're trying to put a noun straight after kore, such as kore pen desu, you are wrong. It's not right. And I think that's actually where a lot of people end up going wrong with this one. They try and say kore pen or kore pen wa de. Like, it's always the ordering that ends up wrong. You cannot put the noun straight after kore. You need a wa in there. So as for this, it's a pen. As for this, it's my lunch kind of thing. That's what we're going for here. It's this thing. Kore is this thing. This thing is a pen. This thing is my lunch. This thing is cute. Kore, this thing. Kore wa watashi no meishi desu. This is my business card, and it actually is cute. Kono equals this noun. Kono pen wa ikura desu ka? How much is this pen? This pen, how much is it? We use kono when we have a noun straight after it. So kore, this thing. You can't say in English, this thing pen is, or something like that. You have to say, this thing is a pen. In Japan, if you want to say, this is a pen, we will use kono. Kono. Kono pen wa ikura desu ka? I like to think of it as kono has a no at the end. Noun begins with no, the word in English. So if it ends in the no, you need the noun after it. Kono noun. And no. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. Kono pen wa ikura desu ka? This pen, how much is it? Sore, that thing. Sore wa nan desu ka? What is this? Sono, that noun. Sono neko no namae wa nan desu ka? That cat, what is its name? Are, that thing over there. Are wa ikura desu ka? How much is that thing over there? Ano, that noun. Ano inu wa sensei no inu desu. That dog is the teacher's dog. So basically we've got kore when this thing is what we're talking about. This thing is blah, blah, blah. This thing is cute. This thing is mine. We've got kono when we're talking about this noun, this pen, this computer, this blah, blah, blah. If in English your sentence has this followed by a noun, there is a high chance in Japanese it is going to be kono. So if in English it's more like this is, it's going to probably be kore. That is my little tip for you on this one. Let's look at it from a different lens. In the above image, this and that would be similar to English. Teya, kore wa nan desu ka? Noa, sore wa, I actually don't know if I'm going to call him that. Noa, sore wa pen desu. So, for example, you can kind of see a little area here that is overlapping. Anything in the red would be kore to Teya. Anything in the teal, is that the right color? Turquoise would be kore to Noah. So Teya has said kore wa nan desu ka? And we're looking at the pen, which is to the right of Teya. And Noah has said sore wa pen desu because it's out of his kore area, but it's still in Teya's kore area. Teya, what is this? Noah, that is a pen. Teya uses this as it's next to her. Noah uses that as it's away from him, but next to the listener. Teya, その財布はミカのですか？いいえ、Noah. いいえ、これは私の財布です。So we're looking at the saifu, the purse that is next to Noah. Taya is saying, that purse, is it Mika's? And Noah is saying, no, this is my purse. In this case, the purse is next to Noah, so he uses this, whereas the purse is away from Taya, but next to the listener, so she uses that. Introducing are slash ano isn't too bad. It's quite similar to English that over there. I would say the only difference is you can maybe use it for things that are a bit closer than I would use for that over there in English, but whatever. However, in English, the line between that cat and that cat over there is usually blurred and vague. In Japanese, it has the set rule of it's not near your speaker, it's not near your listener. If it's not close to the speaker or listener, use are slash ano. So Taya, あれはあなたのカバンですか? Noah, はい、あのカバンは私のです. So Taya has said, that thing over there, is it your bag? Noah has said, yes, that bag is mine. Again, if you don't get the watashi no desu, go check out my no particle lesson. You may have also noticed the variety of sentence structures I used. Hopefully this will give you a better idea of how flexible these terms are. I don't want to keep it like super basic, but I also don't want to over confuse you, but I have tried to use different varieties happening there. Listening practice, if you go to my website, you can do the listening practice. I'm not going to do this one here with you now, but I will do a different one with you just to get you listening to some sentences. Okay, let's do it in terms of this. So, same as last time, I am going to say a sentence. You have about 3 seconds to think of the translation, and then I will reveal the answer. Let's go. あれはカバンですか? Is that over there a bag? これは鉛筆ですか? Is this a pencil? あの財布は先生のですか? Is that purse the teacher's? この犬は私のです. This dog is mine. それはミカの日本語の本ですか? Is that Mika's Japanese book? Okay, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and let's set a little task for you to type in the comments to get some typing practice. We're going to start a little chain of what is this, that is blah blah blah. So I want you to ask, これは何ですか? And then I want the next person to say something like, それはコンピューターです. So because we're going to use それ because the item that we are imagining is close to the typer. So それはコンピューターです. And then I want you, this person who has answered それはコンピューターです to say これは何ですか? And then the next person needs to think of some item. それはカバンです. And then that person also asks, これは何ですか? So then we just have a little chain. It will get you some practice typing. If you see any mistakes anyone's made, kindly try and correct them. If I see any mistakes or if I see a wrong correction, I will jump in, so don't worry. But it can get you talking. And yeah, I will see you next time, and thank you very much for watching.